What? What? Belial? Ah, that Aavak. He's one photogenic mama. What? You make me feel very uncomfortable, Belial. Which I suppose is your job as a mod. But you're a little bit too good at it. Ah, Aavak, welcome, welcome. As you can see, it's quite cozy in here. It's funny how cozy doesn't always mean comfortable. Let me know if you need advice on how to spend your time on this island, or, well, anything else. If you need some advice about basic island materials, you should talk to Timmy. He can help you procure some of the essentials for thriving in our little paradise. And if you want to earn some bells, he has a rather generous policy of purchasing just about anything. Not strictly advisable from a business perspective, but quite generous, yes, yeah. Oh, one more important thing. I'm offering a free DIY workshop that can help you really build out your island experience. I think it would be quite useful, so I do hope you'll take me up on it. Well, as it happens, that's exactly why I'm here. What would you like to talk to me about? I'm all ears. That is a lie. About my moving fees. About that workshop. I'm good. What should I do? Yeah, about the workshop. Yes, DIY workshop. Each participant will make and keep their own tools and receive a set of DIY recipes. I think it will be quite useful for island life. So, shall I put you down for the next available session? I'd love to. Yes, that's the island spirit. I happen to be free right this very moment, so let's get started. Welcome to my DIY workshop. I suppose workshop is overselling it a bit. When you see how simple it is to DIY or do it yourself, you'll understand what I mean. The basic idea is gather materials, follow a recipe, and then craft using a workbench like this one. So today we'll be constructing a fishing rod using common materials that you can find anywhere. But this particular recipe will require a mere 5 tree branches. It is admittedly a little flimsy. Now then, come see me once you've collected the materials. I do believe I've already got them. Ah, Aavak found the necessary materials. Well then, let's get started on crafting that fishing rod. Yes. To begin, just select a project from the workbench and get started. Go ahead, give it a try. Let's do it! What I'm using a wrench for, I have no idea. I made myself a flimsy fishing rod. Yes, that was perfect. As you can see, crafting is quite simple, provided you have the correct recipes. And that concludes my free DIY workshop. Oh, there's just one last thing. I have a few common DIY recipes for you, free of charge, naturally. I'll just need to send them to your Nook phone. Would you mind opening it up? By the way, the transfer fee for the free recipes to your Nook phone is 12,000 bells. Priam, hello mate. How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for the raid. Well done, Drago Catfract. At least one of the daplings is awake and defending, with biscuits and tea and robes and teapots. There can be no raid when the raiders are distracted by biscuits and tea. It is fact. But how are you doing, mate? How was the stream? You were playing... Oh, Keeper RL, fantastic. Absolutely adore that game. How is it going? Were you playing with the new Necromancer race, I think it was? Splendid, thank you. The DIY app is now installed on your phone and ready for you to use anytime. Well, I would hope that the flimsy fishing rod I just made with my own materials is for me to keep. Necromancy update is great. I'm going to have to check that out very soon. I love how far Keeper RL has come from its very humble beginnings. It may not last forever, but it should serve you well for, well, a little while at least. Speaking of fishing, I'm no master angler, but perhaps I can give you a few tips. My experience, you should aim in front of the shadow of a fish when you cast your line. Yes. I would love to see anything you manage to catch. I'm quite curious about the local fauna. Very well. Right, well now, I should be able to learn these. Leaf umbrella. Ptonk. Okay. Sweet! I learned a DIY recipe for a leaf umbrella. For those of you who just joined the channel, first and foremost, welcome! My name is Aavak, and I play, frankly, enormous variety of things. You can find me playing RimWorld, or you might find me playing Animal Crossing, as we are right now. Or you might find me playing, Riftbreaker, or you might find me playing Factorio, or you might find me playing Dark Souls, etc, etc, etc. The list is about as long as there are games to put on it. Right now we are restarting Animal Crossing. If you're familiar with the game, you'll probably already notice that we are at the very beginning. We did a little bit of goodbye island tour of my previous island, which rather shamefully I hadn't visited in about a year and a half, as the residents were quite quick to remind me. And yeah, so a little bit disconnected from our island. So with the new DLC and just in general, wanted to try out a new one. So here we are. Leaf. Oi, my umbrella. Yeah, it is absolutely crazy how well the Keeper RL dev is keeping up with things. And yes, we'll sometimes play Starbase and MMOs and all sorts of things. We played a bit of New World recently as well. And occasionally, though it hasn't happened yet, but we will probably at some point, Leaf and I, play some Legion Tower Defense too. My islanders are probably starved to death. Well, I mean, I'm fairly certain that they'll be fine, Leafin. If nothing else, they could eat you. How long will I be streaming for today? Well, I'll be streaming for at least another, probably 2 hours and a half at the very least. And then depending on how awake Sheelab is feeling, I might stream for another 3 hours beyond that, or I might hand over to Sheelab. We've been going for about 5 hours so far, though. My usual is about 8-ish hours. I say usual. What I really should say is my minimum. My usual is probably, if you include the, random 16-hour streams that happen here and there, probably closer to about 10 or 12. I have a powerful thirst for games. And I very easily get hooked into them. And then I forget things like time and feeding and drinking. Huh, okay, sweet. I learned a DIY recipe for a simple DIY workbench. Alright then. Oh, how silly of me to forget. I need to give you a brief introduction to that box there. That is the recycle box for all the island residents use. We'll be using it for items removed during construction and such. Yes. If you see anything you like, feel free to take it. If the box gets full, we'll just get rid of the oldest item first, so don't delay in picking on what you want. Tonk, claim. Also tonk, claim. Ah, welcome. You don't waste any time, do you? We're still setting up, but for starters, we intend to offer a small selection of goods for our island residents. Space is limited right now, but we'll try to have some fresh stock each and every day. I'm sure you're busy, but feel free to take a look at some of the items we're thinking of selling. Sure, I'll take a look. Great. An inflatable sofa and a picnic basket. Not a bad choice, that one. Not a bad choice. Giving hello and goodbye a new meaning. Indeed, yes. I don't know how you manage your marathon streams. I've been streaming for fun more recently, and I get tired after about 3 or 4. I sometimes get asked, I was asked a couple of times that in the eco streams, which tended to be a bit longer. I was like, well, how do you stream for so? It's one of those double-edged sword things of, it's easy to do if you enjoy it, but also that's kind of a negative in that you'll do it far longer than you should without realizing it. But in terms of like voice and stuff like that, practice. I'm sure there's some genetics in there, like the length of my vocal cords or something like that. I've no doubt that the Welsh propensity to be singers probably contributes to some degree, but a lot of it is practice. Like when I first started streaming and Let's Playing, there is no way I could have gone for that long without starting to feel the strain on my vocal cords. But at this point, my voice is so used to being used for ridiculous, like from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep, that I don't really feel any strain on it. They've probably toughened. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. There are many parts of your body that when they toughen, that's a bad thing. Like, I don't know, your heart. Having a strong heart, it is very double-edged sword. It's like, you've got a very strong heart. The beat is very powerful. Good. But the thing about muscles is when they get strong, they also get dense. And when your heart gets dense, it starts doing its job poorly. So it's kind of a not compliment. I don't know what to say. You probably need to do something about that. I have no idea if the same applies to vocal cords. But it is largely practice. And also practice in not just streaming as well. Practice in singing. Practice doing different things with your voice. You know, stressing it in different ways. It is a fun coloured inflatable seat. It is, yes. Very much so. But good night, Bilal. I hope you have a fantastic night, mate. Have a good long sleep. Have a good rest of the stream, folks. Have fun setting up your island once you get to it, Lady Sheila. And yes, that is the point. I will be handing off to Lady Sheila once I do stop streaming, and Lady Sheila will be opening up her own island, her first time actually playing the game on her own island as well. I feel like the tea helps too. Tea is great for vocal cords. Tea is great for everything. Tough eyeballs would be unpleasant. Maybe. And yes, absolutely. Take frequent breaks. Even if you don't need to top up your drinks or go to the toilet or anything like that, get up out of your seat. If you've got a standing desk, spend equal amounts of time standing to sitting. Well, perhaps slightly more standing, actually. But, don't sit still for that long. That would not be kind on your posterior. Right, anyway. We can't grab these. Anything catch your eye? Yeah, actually. Got a few. Thanks. If there's something you'd like to purchase, we can do business later. We're not just sellers, we'll also buy things from you, including stuff gathered on this island. And because we want to support efforts to beautify the island, we'll even pay you a little bit in return for any weeds or trash you bring in. If you want to know whether we'll buy something, just ask. I will do, mate. Finally. I should give you a brief introduction to the terminal as well. That is our Nook Stop. It's a terminal for services that will further enhance your island life. At the moment, you can use two services, Aavak. The first is Nook Shopping. It's a catalogue shopping service for items that can be hard to find on an island. Second, this terminal serves as an automatic bell dispenser, or ABD, for the Bank of Nook. We're also working on a service by which you'll be able to redeem Nook Miles for various things. Please take advantage of these wonderful services. Quite beneficial indeed, yes. Welcome to Nook Stop, a multimedia terminal from Nook Inc. Once per day, accessing the Nook Stop will reward you a bonus daily miles. Day 1, 50 bonus miles. Please select from the following services. I will sign off. Thank you for your patronage. Thank you for the free miles. Yeah, new world for the update. Oh. Tommy. Hi. Oh, Aavak. It's great to see you. Thank you, Tommy. That campfire was a lot of fun. We're keeping resident services open at night, so feel free to stop by if you need to talk about anything. For the time being, I'll be out and about checking in with everyone, seeing how folks are doing. If you're ever unsure about what you should do, don't hesitate to stop me for a chat. Thank you. Don't mind me, just gonna pick up weeds. Because I'd like to make a umbrella out of leaf ends. Oh, I should also go and pop in my cardboard box as well. I would very much like a means to gather bugs too, but that'll be a little bit more time, I should imagine. There's a big old fish. And a big old fish. Alright, let's see if I can remember, or at least figure out quickly, how to use a fishing rod. Come on. There we go. That should grab your attention. Again. And you're going to do it again in the moment. Come on. Oh. I'm assuming it's A again to reel in. I may have just been a tad too late. I'm going to have to relearn the timings. Looking for a nice big old fish. Oh, that is not wrong. Wrong, incorrect. I wanted to grab this. Thank you. About there, I'm going to guess. Go. Dunk. Dunk. Gotcha. Ooh! Yes, I caught a red snapper. It looks pretty dapper. I feel that this game is trying to give the dapplings a national fish. You know that without time travel, it will be a bit before you get the new stuff, right? I mean, that's kind of obvious, isn't it? Are you the sort of person who wouldn't know that, silver-tongued elf? No shade if you are. But asking a question like that kind of implies that you think I'm the sort of person who wouldn't know that. So I'm reversing the question to you. Are you that oblivious to how the game works that you would need that explained to you after having played it at least long enough to have gotten well beyond this point? Nope, never time traveled ever. Neither have I. But, like, the basic premise and mechanics of the game. It takes time for things to open. Kind of a key part. Yep. But I also didn't start over the update. Yeah, I mean, I imagine quite a lot of people didn't. Though, that being said, loads of people have started over. Even before now. The Dapplings have a fairly vibrant Animal Crossing section on the Daffodil Discord, by the way, !Discord, where we have a pinned list of people's friend codes, so people can visit islands, and there's a lot of trade and, well, just, you know, people popping back and forth to get DIY recipes, or if there's a certain character around, that sort of thing. But also just to go there and water each other's plants and stuff like that. But there's been several instances where people have reset their islands and have kind of fast-tracked themselves back to having kind of the essentials, either by people being willing to donate items. In fact, Clelk earlier was offering to give me a bunch of iron to help get things on the run again. Time travel will gate a few things, since a couple of things require the transition from day to night to trigger. So, like, you know, getting the museum, getting bladders, all that sort of stuff. But there are lots of things that you simply need the materials for, and that's kind of the gate. And indeed, like, especially with DIY recipes, you know, people were very active in hopping between islands to restock their DIY catalogue after a reset. It's absolutely available if people are inclined, though I've already thanked but declined the offer for a lot of help. This is the game for me. I kind of feel like if I fast-tracked myself past this, I'd be effectively cheating myself out of the game, because this is the game. But yeah, if anyone is interested in joining the Dapplings on Animal Crossing, you're more than welcome to jump in the Discord. Just speak in the main chat, and you'll get dipped in blue, given full server permissions. We have that just to prevent from bots, which haven't been an issue for a long while, but it's always when you take your eye off the prize that they're going to resurface. And then you should be able to see the Animal Crossing section and start chatting in there. If you DM me with any friend codes and additional information, we ask for the native fruit. I mean, it's all optional beyond the friend code, but it is useful if we get the native fruit on your island so people know if they can get good prices for their fruits there. And the hemisphere. Let's see if we can get you. Oh no, wrong angle. Let's see. I think we might frighten you off. Okay. See if we can. No. No. Really? Oh, there we go. Oh, there. Perfect. Yeah, if you just DM that to me, then I'll add you into the pinned list. Yeah, the previous island that I had set up had like a whole section specifically for the, like, so people could quickly hop over and grab. Oh, I need the shovel for those. I don't know that. Could grab any of the fruits. There was like basically a little market area with instances of all the fruits available, so you could just pop in and get each one. I caught an empty can. Aren't you supposed to catch the fish before you can it? Yes. This empty can could be repurposed. I've got an idea for a DIY recipe. Okay. Well, let's go and make some things. Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to the whole experience of building up again. And of course, decorating. Oh, Silver Tongue Del, thank you very much for the sub. That's really kind of you. Just to be absolutely certain that everyone's clear, though, a sub is 1000% not necessary to join the Discord. It is a public Discord. You'll get a different coloured name for being a Twitch sub, but that's it. Well, thank you so much for the support. That's really kind of you. I should go on Discord more, but I don't even have it installed on the laptop. I've been using that a lot more lately. A lot. You've been using the laptop a lot more lately. Should I craft something using Tom Nook's workbench? I should. Let's craft. See what I can make. I can make a campfire. I can make a flimsy net. I can make a DIY workbench. I can make a succulent plant. Or a leaf umbrella. Let us make this right now. Craft. Let's do it. I'm going to carry Leafin around to shield me from the sun's cruel ways. I don't care about the rain, but the sun... Oof. A lot is like a lot, but more horizontal. I love that. Well played. I know, I just find you entertaining. Well, thank you very much. It's really kind of you to say. Okay, let's make a clump of weeds in a can. I actually really like the I'm not even really sure what a recycling aesthetic would be. What would you call that? Like solar punk, you've got dark punk, cottagecore. What would you call an aesthetic around, not specifically using natural resources, because that's something else, but around recycling things like plastic and cans? What would you say that aesthetic is? Junk punk, eco-core. I like both of those. Junk punk has the alliteration though, so it's got slightly more points. But eco-core is probably the more well, the less meme-ish way of putting it. Well played, chat. You didn't let me down. No iron. Whop whop. I need to go and get some more branches. I can make a campfire, though. Can't use it right now. Very sad. What I can do, though... How can I help you today? Actually, I'll see you later, Timmy. I just need to talk with Mr. Nutt. Shabby chic. Yes. I love that when they hold it, like if you ask them to talk, they'll put it away. That's such a cool and it's a tiny detail that doesn't need to be there. But it adds so much with its presence. I'm picturing like a rubbish tip with everyone scrounging through it to find things to reuse and build from. I'm not. I'm imagining a house made of reclaimed like pallets, wood from reclaimed pallets, and like corrugated iron and stuff like that. Not dirty, not rusty, just reclaimed. You've got tins that are full of plants. You've got a windowsill for growing herbs that's made out of some sort of plastic container that was repurposed. So on and so forth. A phrase in Australia is upcycle. Yeah. No, that's the kind of thing I'm thinking about. I think I misheard, but I thought Aavak say about recycling plastic and cats. Yes, we're going to recycle cats. That is absolutely what we're doing. We're recycling cats and plastic, but mostly cats. What would you like to talk to me about? I'm all ears. Well, I found a creature. Oh, splendid. Let me have a look, shall we? Oh, what a catch. I do believe this is a red snapper. This island can support a red snapper. Why, who knows what other fantastic creatures we might find living here. Aavak, I have an idea. An old friend of mine runs a museum, and I'd love to send it to him for a closer look. Would you be okay with that? Yes. Thank you. I promise that I'll take extra good care of your red snapper. Oh, that reminds me. This is in no way tied to your generous donation just now, but I have a useful app to show you. Are you sure it's not tied to it? Because I'm fairly certain I wouldn't have been getting this useful app if I hadn't just made that donation. Critterpedia. I sent you a Critterpedia app. It's a terrific resource for an aspiring island researcher such as yourself. With this one app, you'll get all of the important details about the bugs and fish and sea creatures you catch. They have dramatically changed the chances of finding things, by the way. And they've kind of unified them, and in some cases made things that were meant to be rare actually rare. One of the ways they've unified it is previously you might have varying degrees of rarity to catch something in different seasons, in different conditions. Now, at least, if it can be caught in that season or condition, it is the same chance as it can be caught in every other condition or environment where it can be caught. There are certain situations where it just can't be found at all. Like, for example, something that can only be caught in rain will not have an equal chance to be caught in sunshine. But something that can be caught in winter, autumn, and spring, but not in summer, let's say it had previously it might have 30% chance of being caught in spring, 12% chance in autumn, and then 5% chance in winter. It'll now be 25% chance across the board, or 5%, or 12%, whatever it was. So that was a bit of an interesting change. I do hope you'll continue to fill it up with your discoveries, and share them with me too. I'm sure I'll be able to come up with some kind of additional reward. Not what I meant. I'm gonna grab a little bit of everything. Chat. Obviously, there are some people in chat right now who've never restarted. But for those who have, Was there anything that held you back from it, or anything that particularly made you prefer the idea of restarting over continuing? Get this island clean. If I do nothing else, I want to clean her up. I'm not getting tons of sea bass anymore, like when the game first came out. I didn't like my old layout. Yeah, no, that's a pretty solid reason for it. I think you can move things around though, can't you? But it's probably a lot of effort. Long time away from the game. Yeah, exactly, Cloud. That's kind of one of my primary reasons for restarting. Though it's not specifically the time, it's that I didn't feel connected to it anymore. It felt like if I returned to the game that I had previously on the previous island, it wouldn't feel like I wouldn't know the story of the island, even though there isn't really a story, but it's me. Any game I play, I add a lot of character to it and it becomes a story. But yeah, I didn't know how I would feel about it all, you know? I felt like I'd feel disconnected. And I wouldn't really have a vested interest in the residents. I wouldn't, you know, outside of just, you know, not intentionally not caring about them, but it felt like the magic was gone from the interpersonal relationships and just the general feel of the island, and the plans and progress and the feeling of making progress. I restarted twice because I wasn't happy with my island name anymore. Yeah, no, that's probably one of the big reasons to restart, is because that's pretty much a permanent choice, isn't it? I'd be surprised. Does the game offer any kind of like purchasable reset? Not for real money, but actually for like some enormous amount of bells or Nook miles or something like that? Like a purchasable name reset? Drumkin, thank you very much for the sub there, mate. Diolch yn fawr iawn. We had a few fresh subs in tonight's stream. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're going to enjoy. Please do feel free to make liberal use of your dapper emotes. I am particularly partial to Dapper Cult for no particular reason. It's not a cult, actually. It's just that I like robes. It just happens to be called cult because the planets were aligned. There is no purchasable reset. That's a shame. It's kind of a missed opportunity, that one. Because I imagine there are a couple of people who reset because of that reason. It's like, well, I got a name that I thought was funny before, but now I kind of don't gel with it so well anymore. I'd like to rename things. My first island was the best so far. I really miss my Squirrel Island. Squirrel Island? Is that a thing? Were there squirrels on it? One would assume if you're calling it the Squirrel Island, but how peculiar. You know what? Oh! A bell! Hello, bell! I approve. Hello. I'm gonna get stung. We all know it's gonna happen. It will happen. Sure enough. But I need a stick. Oh! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! No! Ah. I just wanted a stick. Now the issue is, if I get stung again, that's it. That's me KO'd. Looks like no one's here. I hear you, gift that I can't get. Looks like no one's here. Well, it is. People are going to comment now on my swollen face. Hi. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's up with your face? Did you get stung by a wasp? Does it hurt? Are you okay? Yeah, they can be mean sometimes, or, well, all times, actually. Gotta be careful around them, you know? Well, it's kind of too late to be careful now, but you know what I mean, Sparky. I bet that does hurt, though. If I had medicine with me, I'd give it to you. Oh, Phoebe, you're so kind. Everyone else is like, oh my god, is that a new look? Well, I guess you do you, but... Phoebe's like, oh, it must hurt. Are you okay? Phoebe is a good peep. I'll tell you what, I'll show you how to make medicine. My mum taught me when I was little. I realize, chat, that this is probably a scripted event, the first time you talk to someone with a face full of wasp sting, but I choose to believe that Phoebe is just a good sort, okay? Just get all the stuff for the recipe together and you can whip up some medicine in no time. Good luck. Thank you, Phoebe. Right. Tonk. Learn. Huh, okay. Sweet! I done a DIY recipe for medicine! Alright, you can also register frequently crafted items as your favourites. Thank you very much. We need a wasp nest and clumps of wheat. Ah, thank goodness it isn't too hard to do. I approve. Also. Have a nice DIY. Nook Inc. will award Nook Miles for the number of DIY recipes you've collected. Think about that. You're earning for learning. Yes, yeah. That's actually quite cool. I approve. Your tools break, but make more. And to take away the sting, you'll earn Nook Miles based on the number of tools you've crafted. Sweet deal. Here's a win-win-win situation. Craft your own furniture. Win. Enjoy your handiwork. Win. Earn Nook Miles for the furniture you've crafted. Win. What could be better than that? Yeah, I suppose. Check this out for information on the bugs, fish, and sea creatures you've got. Actually. Is there a... Ah, there we go. Ah, I prefer this one. There we go. Right, details. Season ability. Pretty much forever. Hooray. My face really hurts. There's wasps. Utter scallywags. I was going to say something a little bit stronger, but honestly, the wasps don't deserve it. Wasps, I feel really sorry for the wasps in winter. You often see a drone and it's just there. It's like, ah, how the mighty fallen. You, brave, apex predator. Now, wandering, confused, alone, without a queen. How the mighty have fallen. I am concerned about medicine that I need to make with a hammer and a wrench. I am deeply concerned about this, actually. Haha! My face is better. Hard mode, Animal Crossing, eh? Well, I wouldn't really say it was hard mode. Oh, you can shake the same tree infinitely for sticks. Oh, thank you so much, Clark. I didn't realize that. An angry squirrel attack. You know, that reminds me of that yodeling chicken attack song. Ah, good times. Good morning, Wanderlust. So now I'm considering getting another Switch for Christmas so I can start a new island. Why? I was going to reset, and I went to say goodbye to my old villagers, and then I just couldn't do it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Patty did that to me. It's like, yeah, so where have you been? I cried so much. Tears, oceans of tears. I drowned several journals. I was so sad for a year and 7 months. But now you're back. Just, it's okay. I forgive you. Just never ever leave again. I was like, what? Oh, why? It was pretty rough. Pretty rough. But yeah, it's one island per Switch. One island per switch. It is what it is, really. I mean, I do appreciate where you're coming from with that, Leafin. The thing I was the most vexed about with regards to that, hey Timmy, was when Sheila and I had the same island, so we had characters on the same switch, and what would happen is when my stream would end and I'd raid her, or vice versa, I would take my switch and I'd run it upstairs with the dock and then set it up for her, and she would then log into the island with her profile. And we had our own house on the island, and I covered all of that in the goodbye tour. I kind of did the tour of the island. And it was really fun playing on the same island, but the part that wasn't fun is that only the first person who sets up the island progresses the island. So any like event that is required for the island to progress, like a new building to be built, or any kind of, like, you've got to bring this many things and then that'll open up the new island. Like, Sheila could contribute the things, but couldn't trigger them being used to progress the island. So it really did feel like Sheila was just a passenger on my island, which was honestly just not a very fun experience. We wanted it to be our island, you know, and that wasn't what we had. I don't understand the reason for that, and it was a shame. I was unhappy about that. But, you know, it was a thing. It seems like Nintendo did it on purpose. They're in Tom Nook's pocket. Who do you think taught Tom Nook everything he knows? That's right. Nooktendo. Yep. I would like to sell. Of course. What exactly are you offering? I'm offering weeds, as it happens. So many weeds. Confirm. Look at all the fine things you brought in today. Allow me to just a moment to run the numbers. And damn it, I can buy these from you for a total of 2,030 bells. I feel like I'm robbing a little tanuki. This doesn't feel good, chat. I feel like a villain. Greedy reader. Nook Inc. salutes you for the beautification efforts. Nook Inc. rewards you with Nook Miles for selling weeds. Nook Inc. is quite generous. No. Yes. Okay. Messy lawn clippings and omnivorous custodian. Very well. I approve. Oh, there's more. Seller of unwanted... Selling things you don't need is a great way to keep down the clutter and earn a few extra bells. And in this case, a few extra miles. Hooray for your first sale! Down and out of eventuality. What? Eventuality? I need to update my passport once again. Eventuality sounds like one we can use. Eventuality. If only it was inevitability. Horizon-bound eventuality. Oh, that sounds like I'm always going to leave. Down and out eventuality. That sounds like I'm going to be destitute eventually. I mean, true. Future eventuality is pretty sweeping. It unhindered. Very first. Wild world. Rumor mongering. Pocket adventure. No, we're going to go with future. Just because that's amusing. There we go. I am a future eventuality. Marvelous. Hi, this is my first stream. Hello, Teamstar. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy it. Messy would no doubt fit. A messy eventuality. Well, yeah, actually. I'm not going to lie, yeah. I will say I actually do quite like that change. I know it's all but fashionable to hate on Twitch for things they change, but I actually do like the whole new, like, first-time chatter update. I think it's kind of cool. Right. We have things and stuffs.